Please subscribe the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Botanica. So today we are going to start a new topic, that is plant adaptations. How the plants which are living in the different areas or in the different habitats, how they are adapted to that particular environment. For example, some of the plants are you have seen in the desert, or you have not seen a forest which is growing in the desert, or forest ecosystem, forest habitat is not found in the desert. And those plants which are found in the desert, they are not found in the tropics and not found in the arctics and forest as well. And those plants, similarly, you have seen that the plants which are growing in a water abundant habitat, where are those plants which are living directly in the water. So what they do, they are not will be found in the desert. So what is the reason behind it? That reason is the adaptations. Those plants which are living in the environment, for example, either they are living in the water abundant environment, or they are living in the water scarce environment, drought environment. So they adapt themselves according to the situation, according to the need. And when they are adapted to that environment, that particular habitat, so they are not able to live in a different type of environment. So when we discuss plant, when we classify plant into different categories, so these are on the basis of their habitats. Different habitats have different requirements. So those plants live and they adapt themselves according to the environment, so that they should be successful inhabitants, successful individuals, successful organism of that particular habitat. So what are the plant adaptations? First of all, we are going to overview it. So plants have the adaptations which help to help them survive, live and grow in the different areas. So as the plants which are growing in the different areas, they should have to adapt themselves according to the need of the environment, according to the situation, so that they should be successfully inhabit that particular environment. Similar is the case here with the humans as well. When we are inhabiting a new environment, or when we are living in an environment, so we adapt themselves according to the situation, and we are adapted to that environment. And when we go to the new environment, so we are unable to live in that habitat directly, or we have some difficulties to live in that area. So what will happen, we have to take some time there and we have to adapt themselves, but those adaptations will not be that much succeeded, that much helpful for us, and we will not be able to survive in those environments. So adaptations are special features. Those special features may be morphological, or they may be anatomical, or they may be physiological, biochemical. So all types of adaptations are there. Different types of adaptations are there. Either those will be at the genetic level as well. So these features, the special features, these adaptations, either they are morphological, physiological, biochemical, or some other types, behavioral modifications are there. So that plant allow the plant or animal to live in a particular place or habitat. So as far as the adaptations are concerned, we are here concerned only with the plant adaptations, but adaptations are there present in the animals as well. So they are also adapted to their environment. So these adaptations might make it very difficult for the plant to survive in a different place. So same is the case with the plants as with the animals. For example, the polar bear, which is living in the Arctic regions, so what will do, it will not be able to live in the hot environment, desert environment, because of its adaptation to that environment. Because in the Arctic the temperature is very low, below the -degree, far below the -degree, and that polar bear is adapted to live in that very low temperature. And its body needs, its body morphology of its body, anatomy, physiology, everything in the body, it is adapted to that particular environment. So that polar bear is not able to live in a different area, in a different habitat. So these adaptations might make it very difficult. So it is very difficult for the plant or for the animal to survive in a different place, because it has to, or plant or animal has to modify themselves not only on the morphological basis, but also there should be physiological, biochemical, genetic, and there should be behavioral changes as well, which are not possible for the plant or animal to change rapidly. It takes very much time to be adapted in a particular environment, and when that plant or animal is adapted, so it is very difficult to adapt to a new environment. So that's why these adaptations are restricted to a habitat. So this explains why certain plant species and the animal species which are found in an area, so they are not found in the another area. For example, the desert plants which are growing in the desert, for example the cactus plants are there, so you will not find that cactus plant or other desert plant in a tropical rainforest where there is a rain throughout the year. So that environment is a water-led environment. The water is abundant amount, whereas in the desert the water is very low. Drought conditions are there. So that plant which is growing in a desert, it will not be able to grow in the, it will not be able, or it will not adapt themselves according to the forest conditions. So those plants which are found in the forest, so they will not be able grow in the desert environment. So the case is for all of the plants. So those which are adapted to a particular environment, for example, previously we have seen the example of those plants, those which predator plants as well. So what predator plants do? They live in the nutrient less environment, where nutrient deficient environment, where the nutrients are not present in the soil, and those nutrients are completed, or they get their nutrients by predation. And when there is a fly in the leaf fly trap, what it does, it captures that fly, and the dead body of the decomposition of the dead body of that fly occurs, and the nutrients are absorbed from the dead bodies. So these are the adaptations. So every plant which is living in a different area, it will have its own adaptations according to the need, and it will not be able for it to, for example, you would not see a cactus living in the Arctic, nor would you see lots of really tall trees living in grassland. So as there is a grassland where there is a grasses normally which is inhabiting that particular environment, or if you have seen the forest or any other ecosystem, you will see a homogeneous type of vegetation normally. There are also herbs, shrubs and trees as well, but normally what happens, there is a homogeneous type of vegetation. So you will not see both the extremes. For example, you will not see in the forest that the plant which is growing in the 50 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Celsius, it is growing in an area where the temperature is 20 or 15 or 10 or in minus, in the minus. So what will happen, and what should happen to the plants? So they are adapted, so they are not able to live in a different area. So when we define the adaptation, what is adaptation? That adaptation is the adjustment or changes in either in the behavior, or in the physiology, or in the structure, or it may be the morphology of an organism to become more suited to an environment. You have studied the survival of the fittest. You can fit that particular phrase here as well. So these are the adaptations. Either that adaptation may be behavioral, or that may be the physiological, biochemical, or they may be morphological, or they may be the anatomical, which are present in the structure. So either they are anatomical, morphological, physiological, biochemical. So these are the adjustment, or they are completely changes which is occurring. So these organisms become more suited, they are adapted to the environment, and if they will adapted to that environment, they will be able to live more successfully, and they will inhabit that environment more successfully, and they can interbreed and expand their population in that particular area. So for to be inhabited in some new environment, or in an environment, in a habitat, so plants have to be adapted to that particular environment. So as far as the term adaptation is concerned, it is derived from the Latin word which is the adaptere, which means to fit. So it means also to fit, and where to fit in the environment. So adaptations are actually the modifications or the permanent changes either in the behavior or in the morphology, ecology or in the biochemistry of the plant, so that those organisms or those plants should be or may be suited or may be successful in that particular habitat where the conditions are different or conditions are normal or constant. So on the basis of the water availability, so when we classify the plants, as far as the plant classification is concerned, we have a different criterion for classification of plants according to the adaptations. But here the criteria which we are following, that is on the basis of the water availability or the area where the plant is growing. For example, in an area where the plant is growing, the water quantity or water quality, how much water is available to the plant. For example, either that particular plant is growing in a water scarce environment, that is the drought environment. So those plants which are living in the desert environment, drought environment, that are the xerophytes, and those which are present in the normal, we can say that in the normal environment where the water is in abundance, but those plants are not living within the water, so those are called mesophytes. So here the term neophyte is written, but here we have a mesophytes. And the third category is the hydrophytes, and hydrophytes are those, as the name indicates, these are the plants which are living within the water. So xerophytes are the plants where water is scarce. Mesophytes is the intermediate category between these two. These two, we can say that xerophytes and hydrophytes both are the extremes. Xerophytes do not have the water for their plant growth. They have very less water available, and hydrophytes are living within the water. They have abundant amount of water for their growth, and they have to transpire more water so that their normal process, normal mechanism, normal metabolism should occur. And between these two extremes there are some plants which we call the mesophytes, and those mesophytes are living in an environment where water is in normal amount, that is available, enough water is available for the plant growth, there is no drought, water is not scarce, and in the other stream water is not in the abundant as well. It is in the below, we can say that it is in the intermediate condition, not more than requirement and not less than the requirement. It is at the requirement, water level is at the requirement, so that which is required for the plant growth. So those are the mesophytes. So these are the three categories, which are the xerophytes, neophytes and hydrophytes, and we will be going to discuss the morphological, physiological and anatomical changes which occur in these plants according to the different habitats, according to the desert habitat, according to the, we can say that the forest habitat, and hydrophytes which are living within the water.